Welcome back to the second half of Dodo Modern Poets, the open October evening, and we're going to continue the evening with some more readers from the floor who kindly volunteered to go into the bear pit. So I'd like to begin by introducing a guy I've known for a long time who is active in poetry in Morden and Merton, and his name is Jim Sanderson. Jim, are you in the house?
Yes, here I am.
Here he is.
Okay. Is that already? I can hear me, yeah? This is a little poem dedicated to all my Facebook friends, all 1 million of them. It's my own slant on Facebook, and it's called In Your Facebook. I signed up to Facebook so I'm friends for to find. Alas, the friends I found, they weren't the friends I had in mind. There was one from Cork, one from York, one from Timbuktu. Each and every one a friend I never knew. I mentioned nothing of my age or my physical condition, my mental state or predilection. But I got a friend in Goa, one in Genoa, one in Maracaibo. Each and every one stating I was a friend that they would die for. Move with the times, I'm told. Stand still and you will fall. On Facebook you know everyone, but no one at all. How shallow one must be to have 1 million friends. Facebook surely the greatest contradiction in terms. You know, I left my picture blank, just a little silhouette. More curious than ever, my Facebook friends now think I'm Johnny Depp. I have a friend in Baltimore, one in Bangalore, one in Inverness. Know all of the business, though never met them in the flesh. Only joined Facebook that I could log on to shock the sun. 1 million friends later ask, my God, what have I done? To escape this madness, I'm off to the pub. Some sanity to savour, even if it's only a pint of chat with my next door bloody neighbour. Although the whole tone now, I'm going to recite a poem about bestiality. What nice subject is it, eh? Shall I recite something else? No, go for it. I thought you know, yeah. Not as green as fog, is it? I don't want to offend anyone anyhow. There's no shepherds in tonight, is there? You never know in the West End. Tune with them. So here we go then, it's called The Beast Within. Bestood by bestiality, preoccupied with perversion. From a land where men were men, and sheep were very nervous. Fun was all it was, and the sheep gambolling and frolicking, until he found himself before the beak, fined and given a public warning. A playful romp with sprightly sheep, his love for lamp chop much too hasty, which accounts for his picture in the paper, and a headline proclaiming, dirty wee beastie. He then met the girl of his dreams, forsook all bestiality, until he found she loved her dog more than him, and kept a pig she was far too pally with. What she and that pig got up to, disgusting in anyone's language, destroyed what little esteem he had for her, and put right off his bacon sandwich. She loved those animals more than him. That's when it all went wonky. Playing the field with every Fido, Digger and Rover, and been doing it for donkeys. He's given up women now, no more boobs, bums and bellies. Give him a field full of sheep and a good old-fashioned pair of wellies. When he goes to bed these nights, finds he can't sleep a wink, has a wet dream, counting sheep. I think it's high time.
Bestiality, I think David Cameron would have liked that last one. More applause, please, for Jim Sanderson. Okay, the next open mic performer tonight is Andy Fee Frost, who's also been a featured reader here on many occasions and at other venues that Dodo Modern Poets run. He can talk for himself, of course, but he's quite well known as somebody who is a motorbike a motorbike fan and has written a great sequence of poems about his travels by motorbike in Scotland, for example. I'm not sure what he's going to do tonight, but that places him in at least a niche. So please rev up your applause as Andy Fee Frost approaches the stage.
Thank you. On the proviso that I can read these poems, you'll get new ones. Memoirs of a Thoughts of a Reluctant Underground User. Not tonight. Sorry, I mixed them up. Where did I hide them? There's one. I was in my loft, sorting out magazines and old toys, and my Scalextrics. There's 150 foot of Scalextrics up in the loft. And this is exorcising, not exercising, exorcising. Ephemera for sale. A youthful clutter of bygones. Match programmes, specialist books, magazines, unread for decades. Badges of clubs, cliques, marks, tarnishing through disuse. Old toys belonging to an old boy, scraped and scuffed, to the sounds of war, train whistles, motor racing, and yes, I won, as if it mattered. Mementos no more. Just heavy ghosts being exorcised. Clean, tidied, repaired and packed into weight boxes, ready for transit. To someone who will care. Someone who has a desire to relive, to improve on their childhood games or hoarded into a bulging collection. So the owner can say, yes, I have it all. I win. As if it matters. I have been trying to avoid the tight casting of being a motorcycle poet, but having got up to Scotland at the end of August, start of September, I caught the end of the fringe and then went touring, as I quite often do. A new poem sort of like sprang out. It's a bit of a ramble, and I'm going to do it for you tonight. I was in Scotland last week, Edinburgh, the fringe. Meeting old friends, making new friends. Good whiskey, smooth cigars, bright lights. Sutherland and Caithness followed. More friends. Favourite B&Bs, fab roads, good food. A lot fast adventures. Bit light on the light though. After all this time and several trips north, I've only just noticed that the Shetlands are a further 150 miles away from the mainland. And the lad on his fast bike who followed me south from Glencoe and thought I knew where I was going had just done that trip to see his girlfriend in the south of Glasgow. And he didn't know we were parked beneath Britain's first hydroelectric power station by the banks of Loch Lomond, as the sat-nav only tells you the road. I'd shown him London riding ways, and that midway bikes have a bit of poke. We parted at Paisley, with wave salutes, him for love, me for home. And with England an hour or so away, it seems like a good place to end this ramble. I thought he was the police at first and had to slow down. They didn't catch me this year. They have done before. I've done this before. Those of you who know me know this one, but I'm going to introduce you to the love of my life. She was a GPZ 900R 81 Kawasaki. Fast, fine handling, fully fared, finished in firecracker red, star mist grey with gold pinstripes. A legend in her launch time, she was perfection. My desire looted bank accounts to possess her. Together, 18. Happiest when we unleashed her beast to dash between A and B rather rapidly. She buffed my ego to gleaming. I always sported a big grin when riding her. She gave me the best 22 months that a biker could ever wish for. Then she was stolen. Bereft, I've never personified another motorcycle since. R.I.P. She. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andy V. Frost. More applause for Andy. And may one day find another motorbike just as beautiful. Okay, now I'd like to introduce our last of the open mic readers tonight, and he is Rodney Wood. Is that correct?
That's it.
Rodney Wood, here he is.
It's quite nice when introduced and he knows nothing about you whatsoever. So anyway, I used to travel a lot between Farnham and Guildford over a road called the Hog's Back, which you can imagine is a great big hill. There's a wonderful view at the top, and it's an area of scientific interest and natural beauty and all that. Anyway, coming back one day, I thought I'll pull into the labour because I saw this lovely official brown sign pointing there. And anyway, the poem's named after that sign, and it's called The Official Dogging Area. The public sex environment is off a lay-by on the Hog's Back, where on a good day you can see Bob the Builder waiting in his car, and in the distance the Gherkin, Heathrow, Canary Wharf and the Wembley Arch. After dogging, you can go to the cafe for biscuits, a nice cup of tea. Details can be found at #hogsbackdogging and godogging.co.uk. You'll find bike, car and lorry parking. Coach parties are welcome. A free viewing platform. Shelter provided. It's open all year and it's free of charge. A lot of people enjoy dogging, and afterwards going to the cafe for biscuits and a nice cup of tea. It's rumoured that the European Ultimate Dogging Championship will be held here to include such events as 10-man train, backseat mambo, most extreme slapper and pearly rain. The women doggers awarded a special trophy, car stickers, and the cafe providing free biscuits, a nice cup of tea. The local Conservative MP urged people to take a tour of the site and demand CCTV cameras. The cutting down of all trees and bushes and planting spiky plants to make the lay-by a no-go area. Police reacted to these plans by spending £124.93 on doggers, going with them to cafe for biscuits and a nice cup of tea. It's clearly a problem for children, parents and dog walkers, said councillors, who voted to shut the lay-by that's been used for public sex entertainment for 200 years. So no one can enjoy a bit of dogging and afterwards go into the cafe for biscuits and a nice cup of tea. In 1813, Jane Austen wrote about a trip over the Hog's Back. I never saw the country so advantageously, and upon the whole the journey was perfection and thoroughly enjoyed by me. But I don't know if she was referring to the dogging or going to the cafe afterwards for biscuits and a nice cup of tea. I do front of house work at a local art centre, which basically means standing in front of the door collecting tickets and afterwards collecting glasses and handing out flyers. But one thing I have to do is I have to write a poem afterwards. Most of them are crap, especially the ones about folk groups. Apart from this one, which is about a group called the Young Uns, who I saw last year. It's magic, the way David, Michael and Sean appear from behind black curtains with only an accordion for company and stand level with the audience of 20 people sitting on chairs. No mics are used, and tonight the mixing desk is dark and silent as their homes in Teesside. Before they even start, Sean tells us about how they were given the nicknames, the young uns, 10 years back at a folk club in Stockton, and the name stuck like an albatross. But Sean interrupts himself to talk about people they've met on their tour of the smallest folk clubs in England, such as Redditch, where they had their palms read, but not properly, because they did not have the right equipment. Or how at Fareham someone waited outside with a translation of the song Pique la Baleine, and here in Aldershot there's a steward who's going to write a poem. Sean tells him if he puts away his notebook and pen, we'll start. So I put them under the seat. David wipes his nose. Sean and Michael have some water, and their voices carol like larks as they sing about the hedge priest, John Ball, who spoke against the poll tax, joined the Peasants' Revolt, who wrote, when Adam delved and Eve span, who was then the gentleman, and the 5 members of the English Defence League, who were invited in for a nice cup of tea at the Yorkshire Mosque and then had a game of football. Afterwards, Sean looks at me and says, "Can you write about all this?" "Oh yes," I say. "Oh yes." Thank you.
I wonder, Rodney hasn't told us the biscuits, were they by any chance hobnobs?
I like the hobnob poem.
Oh no, I'm not going to do hobnobs tonight.
Boo!
Oh, okay. Well, I might. Anyway, I've got some other poems which I'm going to perform. But before I do that, more applause for Rodney.